Hello dear students, so now today we would move ahead in this second chapter of class 10th science, that is acids, bases and salts. So now today we will be discussing the chemical properties of acids and bases. Okay, so the first property of the acid is acids react with metal to give hydrogen gas. So while acid are reacting with the metal, so they are giving what? They are giving hydrogen gas always. Remember this. So whenever acid are going to react with metals, so they are giving what? Hydrogen gas. So this can be asked in the exam also. What happens when acids react with metal? In this one it can be asked. What happens when acids react with metal? So answer would be what? When acid reacts with metal, so it gives what? It gives hydrogen gas. And one more thing, it would give the metal salt also. Salt of the corresponding metal means with the metal with which the acid is reacting, so it would be giving the metal one salt of the corresponding metal and hydrogen gas. So these two things it would be giving always. So I would write it as, if acid and metal, they are reacting together, so what they are forming? They are forming salt of this one metal, and one more thing, they are forming what? Hydrogen gas. So this is how you can write the word equation. Okay, so whenever acid are reacting with the metal, so they are giving what? Metal salt and hydrogen gas. So it can be asked in the exam in this way. What happens when when acids react with metal? So answer will be what? When acid react with metal, they give the salt of the corresponding metal and hydrogen gas. Okay, are you getting it? Let's take some example. Let's take a metal, that is zinc, and it reacts with H2SO4, which is an acid. So metal and acid are reacting with it. So what would they give? At first they would give the metal salt. Metal salt means ZnSO4. This is the metal salt here. Zinc sulfate. And hydrogen gas, one more is there that is going to be formed. So this is how you would get the reaction. Okay, so when zinc is reacting with H2SO4, zinc is metal and H2SO4 is acid. So metal and acid, when they are reacting together, so they are forming salt and hydrogen gas. Okay, so this is the first property of the acids. Okay, just note it down. So this is the next chemical property of the acids. Acids react with metal carbonate. So what are the metal carbonate? Carbonate ion is in the form of this. Carbonate ion is in the form of CO3 2 negative. This is the carbonate ion. CO3 2 negative. Visible there? Yes. So carbonate ion is CO3 2 negative, is in this form. Okay. So whenever acids react with metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate in this one form, metal hydrogen carbonate in this one form, HCO3. This is the hydrogen carbonate. HCO3 1 negative. Remember this. Carbonate ion is CO3 2 negative and hydrogen carbonate ion is HCO3 1 negative. Okay. So whenever acids react with metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate, so what it would give? It is going to form salt, water and carbon dioxide. Okay, this can be asked in the exam in this one way. What happens when when acids react with metal carbonate? So what would be your answer? Answer would be, when acids react with metal carbonate, so it forms salt, water and carbon dioxide. And now again next question, what happens when acids react with metal hydrogen carbonate? So answer would be same. When acids react with metal hydrogen carbonate, so they form salt, water and carbon dioxide gas. Are you getting this? Or the question can be asked in this way: which gas is evolved when acid react with metal carbonate? So answer would be, which one gas is being evolved here? Carbon dioxide. Getting it or not? And in the previous one, which gas is evolved when acid react with metal? Yes, hydrogen gas was evolving there. So whenever acid react with metal, it is going to give hydrogen gas, and when acids react with metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate, so it is going to give carbon dioxide gas. That you have to remember, isn't it? Okay, now let me write this reaction. Okay, so first this metal carbonate one. So let's, first reaction it is here. Let's say we have metal carbonate. Metal carbonate, we have a metal, then it's a carbonate one. Means sodium is the metal and it's a carbonate. Carbonate is CO3. CO3 is 2 negative, sodium is 1 positive. So I would write here 2. Na2CO3. This is sodium carbonate. Means the metal carbonate. Okay. So when this metal carbonate reacts with acid, let's say we have an acid that is HCl and it is dilute HCl. Okay. Dilute, having some water. Okay, so when metal carbonate, this is the metal carbonate, metal is sodium, carbonate is ion is this, so metal carbonate. Okay, why it is 2A? Because sodium is 1 positive and carbonate is 2 positive. So if you cross multiply it, this 2 would come here and this 1 would come here. Okay, so that is why this is Na2CO3. Okay, so when Na2CO3, that is metal carbonate, reacts with HCl, that is acid, so it is going to form what? Salt. Salt would be NaCl. Water. Water means H2O. And one more thing. Again it is going to form. That is what? Carbon dioxide. Let's balance this also. If you see, you have 2 molecules of Na sodium here. So write here 2 also. Then here also you write 2. Okay. So now it is, I think, balanced now. Okay. So this is how the reaction will take place. Okay. Now the second part of the reaction is what? When acid reacts with metal carbonate, it would give salt, water and this carbon dioxide. Now, when acid reacts with metal hydrogen carbonate, so what is the metal hydrogen carbonate? Metal, let's say sodium, and its hydrogen carbonate is what? HCO3. HCO3 also single negative and it is single positive, so it is balanced. You would write in this one. Do not write here 2 because it is having the charge how much? Only -1. Okay. So NaSCO3, that is metal hydrogen carbonate, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. So when metal hydrogen carbonate, means sodium hydrogen carbonate, reacts with acid, let's take the acid again here as HCl, which is again diluted. So when these two are reacting, again they are going to form what? Salt, water and carbonate. So what is the salt? NaCl is the salt here. Water means H2O. And carbon dioxide, that is CO2. Is it balanced? Yes, it is balanced. Okay. So this is how the reaction will take place when the acids are reacting with metal carbonate and when the acids are reacting with metal hydrogen carbonate. In both the reaction, they are giving the same result. That is salt, water and carbon dioxide. Okay. Are you getting this? Okay. These two properties we have discussed today. Now in the next upcoming lectures, we will be discussing some more chemical properties of the acids and bases. Till then, stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you. Have a good day.